Good evening, guys. This is Rahul Magan as Group Chief Executive Officer, Treasury Consulting, and also a venture capitalist. In this week, I got two news. In fact, every week I get many news. COVID-19 divided the world into two parts. In fact, two sets, to be precise. Set 1, which I think comprises 99% of the globe, are excusers. I don't know I'm grammatically correct or not, but I say as excusers, which means that those who continue to excuse. And so-called Indian startups are number one in that, because now they got an excuse that because of COVID-19, they are not in a position to reach to profit for another few years. But I tell you, even after few years of COVID, they will again not be in the profit. And they will get some another excuse of that. And less than 1% of the set of this globe is the companies like Apple. Many people always ask me that why you always have Steve in your office. Then I would like to let you know, when Treasury Consulting would have a great office like Apple, very, very big campus like Apple, and Treasury Consulting would soon have that I showed you. Even at the gate, I would have Steve. Because Steve, let me remind one thing very clearly, that degree is a waste of time. Because degree is an act of submission that I studied something, but whether I got the knowledge, no degree will let me know. 99% of the globe is crying, in fact, filing for bankruptcy. Unfortunately, the largest offshore driller of the globe, which is Belarus, filed for bankruptcy this week. I think 2 weeks ago, one of the largest players in the natural gas filed for bankruptcy, and as per Bloomberg, if I go that the numbers are huge. From aviation till oil, almost all big boys are filing for bankruptcy or they're in a deep trouble. While on the other hand, we have 1% of the people, those who are saying, hey, COVID-19, you may be an issue for others, but not for us, because we know how to grow. And one of them is definitely a company founded by someone to whom I always value, Steve Jobs. Apple Inc. made Wall Street history on Wednesday when its 2020 stock surge pushed the market value past $2 trillion. The first time a US company has surpassed that level. The Cupertino, California-based company shares briefly rose to 468 on Wednesday, and the value is to the tune of around 2.004 trillion. 1976, a young guy was asking from its so-called proposed or maybe future partner that let's go and have something in personal computer, and he was more or less challenging HP as per the movie of Hollywood. And challenging HP in 1976 is like challenging Apple today. But he made it. He made it because he was not a theory person, rather he was a practical person. The man who not coded a single line of code in his whole life, his knowledge was more powerful than a coder who got 10 out of 10 CGPR in a business school. And that is what the Apple is all about. If I go with the chart, the IPO of the Apple came in 1980. Apple reached 1 trillion valuation in 2018. And 2020 will definitely be remembered for coronavirus till the humanity. And Apple crossed 2 trillion in August 2020. And 4 months are pending. Which means that And I have really best wishes for Apple. I hope Apple cross 2.5 trillion before December and should be closer to 3 trillion somewhere by March or April 2021. Because one thing that differentiates Apple from Tesla is the profitability and the free cash. One thing that differentiates Apple from Tesla or any other company of the globe is the huge cash Apple is carrying in its books, which is, by the way, is equivalent to the GDP of many countries of the globe. Many countries of the globe. In fact, I would like to go to page number 11 to tell you one fantastic stuff which is achieved by the Apple. Apple market cap doubled to 2 trillion took 2 years compared with the 4 decades the company took to hit 1 trillion. And that is a beauty. It's an answer to all those people, those who said in 2011 after Steve that Apple is a matter of time. And I'm telling you, the way Apple is heading, Apple is not a matter of time. Rather, Apple is moving towards a huge trillion-dollar company probably another 10 years from now. More important thing, today Apple market cap is some of the GDPs of most of the countries of the globe. Most of the countries of the globe. And that is a profound fact, a beautiful fact for Apple. To conclude this video, Apple always reminds us, and Steve always reminds us one thing very precisely and in a very delicate way, is that life is not all about theory. In fact, Steve always focused on practicality of the life, whether it was anything, Apple 1, Apple 2, Lisa, iMac Air, iPhone, iPad, iPod, and any product Steve made. Steve was always extremely focused on the practicality and the user experience of that product rather than making this product a theoretical way. Without quoting the name, many technological companies of the globe launched many products, but majority of them failed except Apple only because the user interface and the practical application in the Apple is far superior than we have any technological company of the globe. And most important thing about the Apple is the innovation which they capture in their product. By the time at least I'm alive, I will always be reminded by Steve is that life is not theory. And Steve always made me remind one thing, that a business school degree, even though I'm MBA, a business school degree is a sheer waste of time. If business school would be able to make leaders, then Jeff, Steve, Bill Gates, Warren Buffett, Larry Ellison, and all these great leaders, they would either be from Harvard or Stanford. Majority of the great leaders of the great companies are either school dropout or college dropout or both. But the hard reality is that even today, after having so many examples around us, the young generation is extremely focused on degree. They are extremely focused on servicing their teachers in the form of assignments and getting feedback from their teachers. Many people often call me and say that you don't have a million viewers on YouTube channel. I say, hey, I served the class. I don't like other people, those who are here talking about a political motivated content and inviting others to join their YouTube channel. Rather, I speak the facts. And guys, I tell you one thing. I really do not know as and when the COVID will close, but to me, my personal research suggests that the COVID will take another 3 to 4 years of the humanity. And even after 3 to 4 years, we are not sure whether it is completely gone or not. But one thing I'm sure that in this another 3 to 4 years, the great leaders like Reliance, Amazon, Berkshire, Microsoft, Mr. Gates, and Google, I'm a little skeptical nowadays. They would definitely come forward and make the mark. I'm sure as and when the crisis would end up, probably another 3 to 4 years, which is around 2024 to 25, these great technological giants would be several steps ahead than what they were before COVID. And in this period, thousands and thousands of the startups would die, rather close to be precise, because they believe in the business strategy books written by an obsolete author in business school and taught up by poor faculties in business schools. Life is not business school. Life is what a 1976 guy, a 20 to 23-year-old guy told to was in 1976. How would somebody know what they wanted to buy if they not saw it? And that this sentence always reminds me one thing, that opportunities are always endless in life. It is you who will decide whether it is an opportunity or a threat. Steve challenged HP and converted this into an opportunity, and even after Steve, Apple is jumping. I would like to conclude this video with the best wishes to Apple, that I love to see Apple a $3 trillion company in March 2021. And if Apple touched this feat well before that, it is a very sweet news for me. And I would like to thank Steve for teaching all the young kids like me that, hey, business school, you are only a building with no knowledge. Because knowledge is always in the garage, where few young guns without any degree is creating a product. And after few years, or maybe after few decades, the companies who make these products are trillion-dollar companies with billions of cash in the pocket. This is Rahul Magan from Treasury Consulting, and Treasury Consulting always follows the practical approach of the life rather than the theoretical approach, because get lost theory. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155, and let me tell people that in this coming week, we really do not know who is closing or not, but one thing we know, Treasury Consulting is coming with animated videos in finance. Oops. And this will raise many eyebrows to many faculties in business school. Because our competence in Reuters and Bloomberg, you know. Right, Mota Bhai? This is Rahul from Treasury Consulting. You know our WhatsApp 9818485155. Have a great time.